But yeah, as far as understanding these lines a lot better, all you gotta do is just watch those bonus training videos I sent you within your email. Trust me, they'll help you a lot. But basically, overall, the crosses, they tend to signal a change in trend. And then at the same time, you kind of see how it's just bouncing off even just one of these lines. It just signals that it's a continuation a lot of the times, unless you see like a major pattern. So yes, sometimes it can break if you see that major pattern, but yeah, just make sure you make more than just one or two confirmations. Just kind of just make as many confirmations as possible. Like from this end, yes, I see the channel, but at the same time, I tend to look at either gold or Euro USD to kind of just get the overall picture of what the hell is going on. That's because that's all we're really asking ourselves at this point. What is going on here? So, and sometimes you can even tweak it. Sometimes you'll have to tweak it a little bit from the smaller time frames. But, well, it doesn't matter. We're going to go to Euro USD real quick. So, basically, here's what I gathered out of Euro USD. At the start of the week, I had a sell about here, but I took in the fact that NFP was going to be, NFP is going to be on Friday at this point. So a lot of times with NFP coming, there's going to be a reversal. And what did it do? It reversed right here, made rat tail. So I ended up closing this trade. And if you notice, I believe it was on the 15. It was on one of these charts. I noticed that it was off. Yeah, there was a good signal right there that it was just reversing. But it was bouncing right off the line. Well, not right off, but came off a trend line. It dipped in for a fake stop hunt, and then came right up. But then another trend line showed up, because I believe that was the NFP spike, and then it sold again. But from what I'm looking at, and then with that also being a Friday, and then that short little stall that for what it looks like right there, I believe it could continue back up to create like another miniature M. Let's see. Yeah, that could be count. More. But yeah, I believe that one's gonna go back up, and then I would say I would trust the trend line at this point. If not here, it'll be a little bit lower at about this point, since it already touched that zone. And since it's going to be the second leg, it could be lower than the first. So we'll see what happens. We're just waiting for that candlestick signal. But right now, everything serves as a short-term buy and then drop. But overall, I say when it goes down, it's going deep down. So it may make like a head and shoulders type structure, and then just continue down about, I would say probably the trend line about. It could potentially break, but we'll see what happens. This is one of those points where I would actually just like I would create multiple lots and then I would just close one as it gets probably right here, and then right here, just for the fact that there was this gap over here and it couldn't break before. But there is potential that it could close that gap at that point. We just have to wait to see what happens, and then we'll see if it goes either here and then goes up and bounces down, or is it going to instead make a W and then rise from here and break and go up. So there is a chance that it could actually do that too. Makes somewhat of a channel type structure right around here. Well, kind of like one of those fake out deals. So we'll see what happens at this point. And then AED JPY was another one that I was actually in for a little bit. So at this point you see where it was a giant descending triangle. I believe at the beginning over here there was also a bullish Gartley, and not to mention you see where that blue EMA is right there. There was multiple confirmations right at that point. I don't know why that is going down. Why is that there? Wait, I had to look at it somewhere. But yeah, there was basically that, and then there was another way that I confirmed it with, and I believe I confirmed it with Fibonacci at the time. So I probably went with no, it wasn't that. No, it was when it was reversing when I actually used Fibonacci at this point. So I actually went here, waited for it to do. No, that's not how it actually was this middle one. I forgot which one I used. It was a little while ago. But it bounced off to 50, which is the medium. 618 will be the strongest bounce, tends to be. 38.2 tends to be the weakest. But I have to get another Gartley to actually see what I actually did. This happened a while ago, but at the same time, you're understanding that sometimes it'll respect the 618, and then you see that it respects the 50 every once in a while. If it comes to that point where you're actually looking for your position still. I'm going to actually make a different video to explain more on the Fibonacci a bit better than I did on the last one. I want to replace that video, but basically from this point, I'm going to go from the 4-hour perspective, and I'm going to go to from there, and with there being a bearish butterfly, that says that it's going for a bit of a drop. So I would say from there being an important zone right there, which let me make sure, I want to look at the important zones first as well to confirm it. 618, rejection. It broke through at some point, but rejection. But it could bounce around here. 618, and then play around for a bit, or make a continuation pattern up and just go long. Unless it decides it wants to do something else and then make an M type structure, which it can do. But with all the other yen pairs, I can't say this one's in line with everything else, but it has been pretty consistent about everything. So I'm just going to make it two-way. It can go down or it can go up at this point. And we just have to wait for the right opportunity. No, actually it looks like yeah, I would say about pretty similar to about USD JPY and everything else if it does continue up again. To the point where it can make that giant M and then just tank and then just follow that pattern right there if it wanted to. We just have to wait to see what the future holds for us. And then, yeah, with USD JPY, go higher and then go to an extreme low. But we just don't know how low yet. But you have the idea. And then with every trend, there's always a serious correction. So I'm going to say it's going to do something about that. Then I won't say it'd be that perfect, but we'll see what happens in the future. But I'm also going to just kind of go over things on TradingView as well. I want you guys to be able to see these things.